A home is a place where you feel safe and maybe even a place where you feel comfortable enough to walk around in your underwear. But imagine one day, sat on the couch in your tighty whities, you look over and see a small handle in the floor underneath the coffee table. You open the trapdoor and find a hidden room and evidence that someone has actually been living there all along. Okay, this scenario is fictional, but here are 10 hidden rooms that actually were found in people's homes. 1. An empty room. Jasson and Kerri Brown bought a house back in 2005. While exploring their new abode and preparing to do some renovations, they discovered a passageway behind a bookshelf. It led to an empty room. But in the room, they found a folded up piece of paper with the words, "You found it," on the front. They unfolded the paper to reveal a note from the previous owner explaining that they had been forced to move because of a serious toxic mold problem that the house had. Upon reading this, the Browns decided to sue the broker who sold them the property for not disclosing this information. 2. The hidden crawl space. The Reddit user Lumberjack posted pictures of a hidden crawl space he found in his home. Investigating further, he'd found a locked door, and when he'd managed to break in, he found a soundproof room with electrical outlets, a safe and a briefcase. Inside the briefcase, he found jewelry and various envelopes full of money from all around the world. A happy find. But in the safe, he found a bunch of suspicious tapes, and written on one were the words, "No, no, 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 no." Apparently, the police are still looking into those videotapes and say that it's relevant to an ongoing case. Creepy. 3. Ghost tenant. Because of the strange noises they heard, one group of Ohio State University students were convinced that the house they were staying in was haunted. That is until they did some investigating and found a cabinet door that actually led to a hidden room. This room had a bed, a TV, and other evidence that proved someone had been living there secretly all along, going about their daily lives almost undetected alongside the students. 4. Under the pantry. One student was living quite happily in a home his parents had bought him in New Mexico. However, as nice as that sounds, at night he'd hear banging coming from underneath the house. After investigating, he found a square door in the pantry floor. The door led to a pretty creepy room with a desk, lights, and a recently smoked cigarette. Spooky. 5. The trap door. Reddit user DeMC7 moved into an apartment and all seemed okay, until he discovered a door in the floor. The door led to a dungeon-like room with block-built bed structures and graffiti on the wall. The center of the floor looked like it had been dug up, suggesting something may have been buried underneath. 6. Singer Castle. This awesome property was built in 1896 by the president of the Singer Sewing Machine Company. The castle is full of all sorts of hidden passages, rooms and doors, and even paintings you can spy through while in some of these hidden rooms. Oh yeah, and it also has a dungeon, so... 7. Hidden Chapel. It took the Fowlers 3 years to finally pluck up the courage to investigate into the strange metal grill they had in their house. Upon removing the grate, they uncovered a whole other room. The very old-looking room had several shelves and what appeared to be some form of religious cross on the floor. It's believed to have been some sort of chapel, possibly used by the persecuted Catholics hundreds of years ago. 8. Behind the books. One anonymous family discovered a passageway behind a bookshelf in the parents' bedroom. The passageway had a spiral staircase that led to a single room. In the room, there was evidence that someone was actually living there. They found candy wrappers and items that had been taken from the house, suggesting the person had been walking around while they were sleeping or were away. 9. The dungeon. An Australian family noticed their carpet always seemed to sag and the floor never really felt stable. Upon investigation, they found that underneath the carpet there was a door that led to a dungeon. Well, some sort of dungeon-looking basement anyway. It had an old rusty bed frame, electrical cables hanging from the ceiling, and an old unused fireplace. 10. Zombie Apocolypse Room. In pretty much all the zombie apocalypse games and movies out there, there's one thing that you can never have too much of. And to the surprise of this one American who had just moved in, he'd hit the motherlode. Moving a board on the basement room wall, the man found a hidden room. In it was enough ammunition to start a small war, or survive a zombie apocalypse. One weird thing is though, no guns, just empty gun cases. Not so good for a zombie apocalypse.